We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards on the game's opening play. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a play of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
From the 41, Rodgers. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Got it! Charlie! Bravo! Echo!
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's got some space here. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. Well, he can certainly be a big asset in this passing game. He proves it right there. He makes the catch out of the backfield, and then off he goes. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Auden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Throwing on second down, Rodgers. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Ready, set.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Here's Rodgers. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On play action, now Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Here's Moore. He will return it. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Set. Ready. Let's go. Exit.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
That's caught over the middle by Fant. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 27 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw pulled in by Tate. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Seahawks had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ready.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Wilson. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us, looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. This is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their 4-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And Waller taking it in over the middle. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. In motion comes the tight end left. Now Wilson on 1st down. He completes this to Walker. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Again, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Wilson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Escaping and he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break?
It's caught inside the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Lockett the man in motion. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
It's brought in left side by Tate. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Ready.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Here we go.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Squeeze.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
66.
They go play action with Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Here we go. Delta.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Let's go now.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Let's go, yo.
Walker with another carry. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. And to see the ball...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson under pressure, and they got to him again. Matt Judon, his 2nd sack of the night.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down again.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Philly. 64 yards. They'll run with Sanders. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Sanders, and this time he is in.
Yes.
Miles Sanders, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second, there is a flag. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well
Point
done.
A, B, and C.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
42. Seahawks 21.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a three-score. And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you know,
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
And 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Come on, set.
And that's good for a Seahawks.
Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield.
Down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Walker once more, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Lock it. Ready.
3rd and goal, option right. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal?
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
His second rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And he gets it back near midfield, but the dream ends there. He doesn't take it all the way back for 2, and the extra point attempt snuffed down.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right for them in this game.
I know that when they get into film, this is going to be Exhibit A about how this game went for this team. Oh, we finally score. Can't even kick the extra point.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Okay, ready?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
18, Pioneer.
Rodgers looking to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Come on, set. Come on there. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 10. Buffalo 18. Check.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Left side here to Sanders.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
19 Lions. Panther 11. Come 19. 70 range. Trap 60. Go street. 18 rattle.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Eagles up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
Let's go now.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Throwing again here, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Tate. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack, but the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, so the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this.